Jim, sitting in for Tammy today, who's clearly under the weather based on her voice yesterday.
Mayor Nevin,
Here.
Councilperson Barrett,
Here.
Councilperson Painter,
Here.
Councilperson Thomas. Here. Councilperson Oglesby.
Here.
And Councilperson Zolman.
Here.
All right, minute approvals from the April 11th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Jim, when you're ready.
Okay. The Boys and Girls Club of Carroll County held an open house at the Pantherplex on Tuesday, April 27th, and they invited the community to tour the space that will become their second location in Carroll County. Christina attended on behalf of the town. Approximately 16,000 square feet in the former high school's science wing is being renovated so the club can begin their after-school programs for middle and high school students this fall. The programs for elementary students will begin in the fall of 2024. In addition, this North Carroll location will launch a leadership academy. Our commercial and residential projects continue to move along. We continue to work with several different site plans and business prospects. The Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, May 24th at 7 p.m. for discussion of the final site plan for Melanie Acres 3, construction of which is to be located on Dana Avenue in Hampstead. On April 24th, the mayor and town staff attended a legislative update dinner at Greenmount Station hosted by the Hampstead Merchants Association. The speakers that night were Delegate Stanko and our own Mayor Nevin gave updates for the people in attendance. Mid-Atlantic Utilities anticipates that the work on the pipe removal and replacement project on Shiloh Avenue and Carroll Street will be completed within 2 weeks. Currently, the contractor is applying permanent patching and repairing sidewalks. Town staff continue to have monthly progress meetings with our consultants to discuss the status of the engineering design for our water system centralization project. Town staff also attended the Hampstead Main Street Committee meeting on April 17th. The town plans to order a bike rack for the downtown municipal parking lot this month, and funds have been added to the preliminary fiscal year 24 budget for benches to be placed on Main Street. Town staff attended the last 2023 Hampstead Day stakeholders meeting on May 2nd. Vendor spots have sold out. There will be approximately 125 vendors at the event, along with a kids zone, bike show, and civil servants exhibit. The town will be sponsoring the Dave DeMarco Duo, which will perform in the amphitheater at War Memorial Park from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Hampstead Day is Saturday, May 20th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Last month, BG&E crews were in the Robertsfield, Kimberly Village, and small crossing developments, upgrading the lighting and the overhead lights to LED. And then one other item that's not on the staff report that we just added. Next week, Public Works will be installing the military banners along Main Street. We'll be installing them a week earlier than usual, so they will be on display for Hampstead Day.
Excellent.
And the banners will remain on display until Labor Day.
Very good.
That's it.
Questions for Jim? All right. Ms. Farmer's Market?
Okay,
Start it
Farmers
off.
Market. Opening day is Saturday, June 3rd from 8:30 to noon at the North Carroll Panthers Water Tower. We thank the management of Blue Ocean and Coppermine Pantherplex, historically known as North Carroll High School, for renewing our use of the grounds for the 14th season of the market. Ribbon cutting will be at 8:30. We'll be giving away tote bags to the first 100 customers, and we'll have face painting for the kids and kids at heart. I won't judge. And this Saturday, May 13th, the advisory team will be hosting our vendor appreciation luncheon at Greenmount Station. It's a great way to bring all of our vendors back together before the busy season starts, and it gives everyone a chance to meet and welcome the new vendors. So that's always a good time. So we look forward to seeing the community come out on June 3rd to support our local farmers and craft vendors.
Thank you, Diane. Looking forward to the start.
Excellent.
Wayne?
The Hampstead Train Station Committee, the train station is on Hampstead Day, May 20th. And I'm happy to announce our performers for Music in the Park. We've got a great lineup this year. Middle Sister will be there June 10th. Music by Just Us on June 24th. Troy Ingle and the Southern Skies, July 8th. That's a Southern band. Bootleg on the 22nd. Best Regards Band on August 12th. Hickory Wind on August 26th. Blue Moon Big Band on September 9th. That's the 20-piece orchestra.
Cool.
So just got the posters today, and we'll be getting them out as soon as we can all over town.
Well done.
I'll leave a couple here. Under the Tree Commission, Tree Commission celebrated Arbor Day on Earth Day, April 20th. Thanks to Westwood Park, we were able to plant 7 trees. We also, this past weekend, worked at North Carroll Farm Section 4, working over the tree bank we have there, taking up some of the stakes and covers that were used for that.
That's about 2 years old, isn't it?
It's 5 years old. Yeah,
flies.
5 years. And so we're doing some cleanup. We've got some trees that we need to replace, probably about 50 trees. So we'll be working on that in the next couple of weeks.
Very
Maybe
good.
not until June.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all for me.
Wait till it's hot. Deb?
Okay, Planning and Zoning Commission met on Wednesday, April 26th. Excuse me. The commission approved a new paint color for the silos at 4041 Gill Avenue, which will be painted a slate blue from the current brown color. Following that, there was some window signage regarding Smokers World at 841 South Main Street. So the wording at the top of the stores was approved as they met the coding, the vinyl letters stating what they sell, cigars, tobacco, vape. There was an in-depth discussion regarding the graphics on the side windows and if they met the code. The commission did grant a conditional approval on those graphics, provided that they were under 25% of the window coverage. And if they were over the 25%, the business would have 45 days to remove and be able to replace with something else pending another approval. After the meeting, I do understand that Mr. Rourke measured the graphics. They are in fact taking their window signs over the limit. The customer will be removing those within the 45-day time period. The commission did approve their yellow channel letter illuminated sign as well as the monument directory sign, as they both met the code requirements. And with the county, the 2023 triennial update to the Carroll County Water and Sewer Master Plan, as it pertains to the town of Hampstead, is consistent with the Hampstead Community Comprehensive Plan, was certified by the Planning Commission. And in other business, Iliano's JMP will be contacting the county about permits before the Planning and Zoning Commission can approve the outdoor seating area.
Very good.
That was all we had.
Dave?
Okay, Parks and Recs update. Chief Sites Parks, the 3 new picnic tables have been purchased for the park and will be installed in the next few weeks. Also, a skateboarder bike rack was been purchased and will be placed by the skateboard park. Is that for skateboards or is it for, it's
Bikes.
actually for bikes? For bikes, okay, got it. War Memorial Park. A new War Memorial Park sign has been placed on the side of the amphitheater, and I think it looks fantastic. It's based on the signs that we did on the welcome signs to town. Very nice. The new sidewalks are being poured. We have one little section left to do. And with some volunteers over the weekend, I want to thank Christy Collins, and I want to thank Molly Rose. They both came out and helped me plant in flower beds that were already up there, and we've redone those with multiple amounts of flowers. And then Public Works put all the mulch in today for me. And Odom Kemp Park, a bike rack, as they said, will be purchased for that and placed in the park in the coming weeks. And the gardens at Richards Family Cemetery, I want to thank once again Sweet Bay Farms, formerly known as Bowman's Nursery in Westminster. They donated all the plants for the projects we've done and an herb garden donation as well, so thanks to them.
Very good. You're busy.
Park looks good.
Thank you.
Mr. Zollman?
All right. April water usage was 341,000 gallons per day. May so far, our water usage has been 342,000 gallons per day. The rainfall in April was 4.93 inches, quite a bit of rain, and so far for May is 0.21 inches. Also, for the water tower painting project, Minoan has completed the painting of the inside wet chamber. Additionally, the contractor has started pressure washing the exterior of the water tower. They have started spot repairs on the inside dry portion of the tower. Once they have completed the pressure washing of the outside, they will begin painting the exterior. We have been receiving daily progress reports from our inspector, and the project is on schedule at this time.
Very good. Chief, you're up.
I think I'm on. During the month of April, with reference to traffic safety, we investigated 6 reportable accidents, 8 minor property damage accidents, and 5 crashes that took place at the 482 circle. Speed signs were placed at 8 locations for a total of 65 days of display. Traffic enforcement included 52 selective enforcements over a 24-hour period. 16 citations and 35 warnings were issued during that time period. 3 DUI arrests were also made during the selective enforcement activities. Overall traffic enforcement included 153 citations, 162 warnings. We conducted 582 property checks of businesses and schools. With reference to serious crime, 3 thefts were reported, 2 commercial at the CVS and 1 residential. It was an Amazon delivery theft off of a front porch. There was an armed robbery that took place at the Flight Delta 9 tobacco shop down in the Lower Beckleysville Shopping Center. With reference to arrests, 5 adults were taken into custody for DUI, 17 adults for various traffic offenses, and we were able to identify, with the assistance of the Marshal Service, made an arrest in the armed robbery from the tobacco shop. I'd like to point out, with reference to that job, it was all made possible by the great police work by Corporal Cranshaw, and Officer Reese, and Officer Mann. What they did that evening led directly to the follow-up. They stayed on top of it, worked with the Baltimore City Police Department and the Marshal Service, and were able to get this gentleman into custody and bring him back to Carroll County. What's not listed in here, because quite frankly it just came in too late to put on this report here. Last month we reported a burglary of a residence in town. We were able to identify that subject. Earlier this week, we were able to recover the property that was stolen, return it to the people that was taken from, identify the people involved, and we're currently waiting for the charges to be returned to us for that job as well. So that'll be cleared with an arrest. Training included 183 and a half hours of various topics, including the annual MML Police Executive Training that takes place down in Ocean City. I attended that along with Lieutenant Gagler. We completed the field training course for our new officer, lateral officer, Casey Mann. We had Corporal Cranshaw attend his annual required refresher course for crisis intervention training, and we were able to get Matt Bachman through the initial crisis intervention training, so now we'll have another officer who's trained in that technique. We completed driving while distracted course. We also completed an active shooter course, and we were able to participate and help out with the Town Police Department. We provided them a student and an instructor for their basic patrol rifle school, and we now have another officer that's certified in that. With reference to community events, we assisted Hampstead Elementary with their bus evacuation drills. Officer Reese and Officer Wilt attended it's listed in here as the Club for Investigatory and Community Policing Activities. I could swear it was just called the Carroll County Criminal Justice Club, but they attended that. They were recognized for some good work that they did over the course of the last year. We also participated with the Hampstead Little League Parade, and we also made an appearance at the Hampstead Volunteer Fire Company's open house. And that would be my report.
Questions for the chief? I don't know if you all saw, but another ranking came out for safest towns in Maryland, and we were #1 again. So we moved back up, so well done. No, we were 1.
Two.
#1. We're going to have a conversation then. 1 or 2.
Top 2.
So, good work. Some of these people, I don't know why they come out of Baltimore City, and then it's a different atmosphere up here. They get caught. All right, so my report, lots of meetings on budget prep, which you'll see the fruits of that labor a little bit with some introductions. I've been to an MML board meeting where we talked about bylaws, the building sale for MML because we're moving down into downtown Annapolis itself. And of course, the budget for MML was discussed. Jim mentioned the HMA meeting that we attended. Decent turnout there, talked about the legislative challenges that are before us. The Hampstead Volunteer Fire Company with their Phase 1 completion. We attended that as well. I guess what's going to be the social hall is now the station, and it looks really sharp. And they're just waiting on a permit from BG&E to disconnect the gas so they can demo the existing building and start the new fire hall. And then I appeared there on Monday night too to give them our annual check that we give them for their annual donation, which is always much needed. Then there was the small matter of an election yesterday. So thank you for all of those who came out. Uncontested election, we don't have them a lot, it seems, but I guess it's becoming more recently. I don't know what it says, but I guess we'll take it that there's not 80 people here with pitchforks, so we must be doing something right. And my thanks to Dave and Deb for continuing to step up and serve another 4 years. And I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that with that election, Wayne has now served 30 years in the town of Hampstead. So. So you're almost there.
Almost.
30, you finish this term, you'll be at 32. You'll match Dr. Bush. So 4 more years. Okay, you check with Nora on that one. So, but well done, and thank you for your service as well. But there's not a lot of people that get to 30 years in the municipal office business, nor want to do it for 30 years. More, just as importantly.
You're not admitting the fact that you've been involved with the Hampstead Town Council and Mayor for 28 years.
Yeah. So, but that's not 30. You're 2 ahead of me, so that's good. But thank you. All right, that's it for me. It's a busy time of year between budgets and graduations and events and speaking opportunities. There's just one thing after another, but it's a good time of year with the weather breaking. There isn't any unfinished business, and so Mr. Rourke, you're going to read the election results, and we'll carry on.
Okay. The Board of Supervisors of Elections, the BSE, for the town of Hampstead, duly appointed by the mayor and qualified in accordance with the provisions of Section 66-74 of Article 6 of the Code of Public Local Laws of Maryland, title Carroll County, subtitle Hampstead, did on the 9th day of May 2023 hold an election at the Hampstead Town Office, 1034 South Carroll Street, Hampstead, Maryland, for the purpose of the election of one person to act as mayor of said town for a term of 4 years, and 2 persons to act as members of the council for said town for a term of 4 years, beginning on the next regular council meeting after the election. For mayor of the town of Hampstead for a term of 4 years is Christopher M. Nevin, and for members of the council of the town of Hampstead for a term of 4 years are Deborah Painter and David Unklesby.
Thank you. So that's the formal part of it. So we'll close the meeting, sine die. And we don't need to do 5 minutes, do we?
No.
It's not, it's not like there's 40 people here waiting for the swearing in. And we'll reopen the meeting as reconstituted, which not much in the way of change. So I got sworn in by Heather DeWeese this morning over at the clerk's office. So becoming a tradition that's where I appear and get sworn in. And so now I will swear in Dave and Deb for their positions on the town council as council members for the next 4 years. You want to do it together or separate?
We'll do it together.
All right.
We spent our day together as long as that's okay.
Yes, you guys did. You were. Raise your hands, please. All right. I state your name.
I, Deborah Painter,
I, David Unglesby,
Do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
the town of Hampstead,
the town of Hampstead,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office as a member of the council of the town of Hampstead,
execute the office as a member of the council of the town of Hampstead,
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
Congratulations, you are duly sworn in.
All right.
You keep them. Jim gets them. them for prosperity. Sure. Slide. Thank you.
Right.
You want to do the whole council thing?
We just used the picture we got from last year.
Come on, you're older now, Wayne.
I'm older now.
We're not soup.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Borrow mine, maybe a little large though.
Let me get between the two ladies. The form between the two roses.
After all I did, take a shower.
Good now?
We appreciate that.
Good. All right, back to business. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Deb and Dave are back in, and Marlene, I got to thank you and Laurie and Chris for spending 13 hours and plus with us and doing that duty, which is so important. So much appreciated. Thank you. So, and yeah, Judy for hanging out and Tammy for hanging out, everybody for making it run so smoothly. Okay, who wants to elect the vice president of the council?
I'd like to nominate Wayne Thomas.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, good job. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
All right, and then next, Ben is going to be leaving us for a little bit because he's got a active duty orders with the Navy. So, and our code actually has a provision in there, if you miss 4 consecutive regularly scheduled council meetings, you can be excused from the council. But, so we should do a motion to approve the to excuse Councilmember Zolman's extended absence from regularly scheduled council meetings due to active duty orders, because he'll be missing until the beginning of next year, I believe. But
My pleasure to make that motion.
Second. Absolutely.
take your pick, Jim. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And we wish you Godspeed and being very safe.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
So oversights of responsibilities to the member of councils. Same. I don't see a change in. Deb's going to step in for you, Ben, while you're gone. So for the water part of it. But it's working, so it's a well-oiled machine. Keep it up. Then the next is the introduction of the fiscal year 2024 budget. I'll have much more to say next month when we have the public hearing and we talk about adopting it, but the tax rate stays the same. This is the first year of a reassessment period, and of course, the values have gone up. The rate did not. We're just keeping the rate at 22 cents. It's amazing to see what's going on with the income taxes with everybody employed. Apparently, we have a lot of very well-employed people in Hampstead because the amount that we get from our income taxes continues to head north. So we hopefully we'll get a check by the end of May, so we'll see if that continues. But the trend has been good. Interest, we're obviously going to get more interest, but we pay more interest. And there's a number of things, particularly on the water side, that are costing us an arm and a leg. And inflation bites everybody, and including us. But you see that you'll see that it's balanced, and like I said, I'll have a lot more to say about it next month. So I'll take a motion to introduce the fiscal year 2024 budget.
So,
Ben made the motion,
second.
second by Deb. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Then we have to have the introduction of, on to ordinances and resolutions, we have to have the introduction of ordinance 548, which is an ordinance for the levy of taxes for the fiscal year of 2024, which I already talked about, which is the property tax rate, which is at 22% for residential and 55% for the business personal property tax. Ben,
Motion to introduce ordinance 548.
Second.
second by Diane. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Then the ordinance, an introduction of ordinance 549, which is the actual adoption of the annual budget for the town of Hampstead for the period of July 1st, 2023 to June 30th of 2024.
Motion to introduce
There seems to be a trend.
ordinance of 549.
thanking him work for his absence.
Second from Dan.
Second from Dave. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Then we have the introduction of Resolution 2023-01, which is a resolution regarding the increase for water rates, which are going to go up 8%. We held them 0 last year. With inflation and everything that's going on with regulations, that's impossible this year. We'll talk more about it next month as well. I know the county increased theirs by 10% this year, but I think we're going to have a trend here for a couple of years where we're going to have to increase rates to make up for the operating increases that we're going to see as a result of these increased federal and state regulations and the capital costs that go with them.
Motion to introduce resolution 2023-01.
Second.
Second by Wayne. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, and then we have an introduction of a resolution 20, there's a little, I think a typo there,
I see that.
20-23-02, which is a resolution asking for the Board of Carroll, asking us to give the Board of Carroll Commissioners to allocate space at the site of the old Robert Mouton School for a museum. So, Jim, I think you might have had a couple things on that.
Yeah, well, I think you all heard from William Hudson, who is the president of the former Students and Friends of Robert Mouton High School Organization. Mr. Mouton spoke at the MML in March. He's approaching all the municipalities in Carroll County, basically just asking for the municipality's support in their effort to get the museum established in the old school. The old school right now is being used for different branches of the Carroll County government. So it's already basically government occupied. Be a great place to have a museum. Westminster, they've already done their resolution, basically just supporting this effort. So Mr. Hudson was here last week, met with Tammy, and so we put the resolution together. Basically, all it does is talks about all the accomplishments that Robert Mouton High School accomplished in the past, and it just asks us to ask from the town that we support their efforts for the museum in the old school.
Point of order. Can we make it an introduction and adoption?
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you want to make that motion?
No, Ben is.
Oh,
Motion to introduce
and adopt.
and adopt resolution 2023-02.
Second.
Take your pick. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Then finally, an introduction of Resolution 2023-03, that's a lot of 23s and 03s, which is a resolution to establish a new rental housing license fee. I was asking Jim today, when's the last time we increased it, and we instituted this fee in 1995, and we've never increased it. It's at $25 for every 2 years, for 28 years. So the costs for everything have gone up, including administering the rental housing, and it's it's interesting that most of the violations that we have occur at rental housing. So we got to stay on top of this, and I think $75 is fair. I know Manchester had a fair amount of discussion back and forth, and they settled at 100. We're slightly under that. I don't anticipate that it should cause an issue here, but I'll accept an introduction of the resolution.
Motion to introduce resolution number 2023-03.
Second.
Second by Wayne. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Public comments? Ladies, either one? We're good?
I just forgot to thank the tree commission members. Of course, David for coming out and helping us plant the trees on Earth Day. It was a lot of fun.
Very good. Yep. All right, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you all, and thank you for those who sat through our half-hour meeting on CMC.
All right, good job.